Rob Tebbutt here for Boxing News. Delighted to be joined for the first time, might I add, by a certain Aadam Hamed. Adam, how are you?
I'm really well, feeling good, confident, happy to see you, and yeah, happy to be in the gym.
Well, I'm happy to see you too. Thanks very much for having us down here to the glorious McCracken's gym. It's been a little bit of time since I've been down here, probably a year or so. Seems like everybody's settled in quite nicely.
Yeah, big up McCracken's gym. It's an amazing environment at the minute. Everyone's really happy. Everyone's prepared. Me and Ibraheem Spider were debuting the same week, and we're lucky to have each other really during this camp.
Now, I've kind of mentioned it to a lot of people. It seems like a very much family vibe here. Obviously, everybody friends, but everybody works hard and kind of gets each other going. Must be the perfect environment for somebody like you at the stage of your career.
Definitely a family environment. Everyone is literally like family, even to do with the coaches. We're all really, the chemistry's in the gym, definitely. Now it's just about executing the game plan and stay training, keeping the weight good, staying fit, staying ready. And that's it, literally. I can't be more happy with how this camp's going. And the gym is just raving. I'm so happy.
You're a matter of weeks away from your professional debut. Aadam Hamed turns professional. Of course, we were at the press conference the other day. A lot of fanfare, a lot of, there's a lot of media there, a lot of interest, of course, in Usyk Dubois, but of course yourself ahead of your professional debut. Can you quite believe it? You're only a matter of weeks away from making your debut on a big card as well in Poland.
I think we're like 5 weeks now, 5.5 weeks away. Can I believe it? Definitely. I always knew it was going to be on a big platform. And I always knew that I was going to be on a big show. I'm seriously happy about it. The announcement was amazing. The feedback that I've got was amazing. And hopefully the win's going to be amazing as well.
So, your journey in boxing. I'm keen to know you off camera at this point, and I understand that you had a fair few questions about your dad, but it's obviously part of the story, but not the whole story. So why don't you tell me about your own kind of personal journey, I suppose, in boxing, aside from being from good stock, from heavy stock, as your dad said. What's your journey in boxing? How did Aadam Hamed find himself at McCracken's gym?
Well, my journey didn't start at McCracken's gym, but when I was like 16, 15, always loved the boxing, always was in the gyms, and my dad didn't want me to box, said that I'd done it for you, said I put the stamp on the sport. And then you get to a certain age and you realise you have to do what you've got to do, and I was fortunate enough to be training in any gym that I wanted. A lot of gyms was very, very happy to have me, but when I came to McCracken's I realised that they was going to keep me grounded and treat me the same as everyone else, and that's what I needed. So when I first linked up with Spencer McCracken and obviously Jaykae, we was in talks about me settling down here, but I didn't really want to move away from London, and it was a bit of a change. But after about 3 months of coming back and forth, I realised what's best for me, and I realised what I needed to do, keep myself away from back home. Not saying it was bad back home, but I just knew this was more grounded, more discipline, and more on it. So alhamdulillah, since I've been here, I've been grafting seriously hard. 3 times a day. The boys are trying to tell me to slow down. Coach is trying to tell me to slow down, but I'm on the ball. I'm going for it, I feel like the biggest blessing was actually coming to Birmingham. I big up Sammy, my older brother, who's also going to be debuting near October time. He was the one that came down here first, and he rang me up. He just said, come down for a bit of sparring. I came down for sparring, and the rest is history. I really enjoyed it, and I've stuck at it. Me and Spencer have got an amazing connection, really, really good connection. And I'm so happy to be here. So happy for the opportunity. Very, very grateful.
You mentioned there about kind of coming down and being grounded and being, I guess, just treated like another name on the peg, so they say, in kind of in the dressing room and in the locker room. But I'd imagine that, given your last name's Hamed, it's not always been like that. And you have probably had instances in the past where you're not, you are treated slightly differently from your average guy who turns up at a boxing gym. Would that be fair to say?
Definitely fair to say. It works both ways. Sometimes, you get more attention and more treatment and they want to be nice, and then sometimes, most time, there's a hit list on your head. Everyone wants to be able to say they've done so-and-so to Naz's boy, and I take that as a blessing as well. Some kids can't get sparring. Listen, I've got it flying from everywhere. Everyone wants to have a little go, so I'm truly blessed for that, and I'm happy about that. Works in both ways, and just take everything. I embrace everything.
That's a question I've asked Campbell Hatton, Conor Benn, Chris Eubank Jr., and I've always got the same answer, so I'm going to try and rephrase it slightly.
Cool.
But growing up with Naseem Hamed as your dad, there's being a professional fighter, there's being a legendary professional fighter, and then there's being your dad and being kind of who he was and what he achieved and what he did for British boxing. Were you aware of that when you were growing up? If not, how old were you when you were kind of aware that your dad was not like my dad, sitting in an office 9 to 5 every week, and it was kind of slightly different?
This is what's funny. Everyone asks me that, and to be honest with you, like, to people, he's the prince and he's Naseem. To me, it's just pops. It's just my dad. So, as a kid, it might sound funny, but I thought everyone's dad was famous. I thought it was normal for people to walk up to your dad and ask him for a picture on the street. I really did. And then I hit, like I say, when I was like 15, 16, and I got into the boxing scene proper, I realised how much he had done for the sport. But aside from boxing, Muslim icon, you know, first one to really be on a big platform and express how he felt about God and just respecting the religion like that. For me, that's what, as I've grown up, I really started to appreciate more than anything, rather than the boxing. But yeah, to me, it's just pops. It's just dad. So yeah.
You mentioned there about your faith, and that was something I was going to come on to. Saw you out in Saudi Arabia for Usyk Joshua 2. You went with your dad to Mecca, which must have been an amazing experience.
Life-changing experience.
How is that? How is your faith? How does it mould your kind of day-to-day, not only in boxing, but also in your kind of normal life, so to speak?
I think it keeps you, it keeps your mind sane, it keeps you confident, and I've always had a strong opinion on how I feel, but past few years it's been different for me, especially since Saudi and since I went to Mecca. I can really say that, like I said again, I feel more grounded. I feel more blessed, honestly, and I've got brothers in the gym in Birmingham. I can't lie, the massive Muslim community. Brothers like Ibraheem Sulaimaan, who's inspiring when it comes to Islam and boxing, but he's on his deen a lot, and it's brought me on my deen a lot more. And all I can say is thank you for him, and thank you to everyone who's supporting and on this journey with me.
You mentioned your brother Sammy, not here. Shocking from him to not be in the gym when I made the trip to Birmingham. But you've also got young Sol as well, who's of course now an amateur boxer in his own right. What's it like to have those two on the journey along with you? Unreal,
man. Without them, honestly, I don't know if I'd be in the same position as I'm in now. We bring each other on, you know. We're probably the tightest family you've ever seen. So, like you said, my little brother Sol just got carded, doing his amateurs now. My older brother Sammy, it's not too shocking. He should be in here in a bit. So, it's amazing. Honestly, we've got a really tight knit family. I can tell them anything. If I'm feeling the type of way, they know before I even have to tell them. Sammy knows me better than I know myself. That's the God's honest truth. He's going to be debuting real soon, and he's going to shock the world, I think. I think he's going to do really, really well. And, of course, little man, youngest in charge. He just turned 17 2 days ago. I think he's going to shock people the most. In terms of, like, similar styles to my pops, I think he's got it the most.
Why turn pro now? What was the kind of the sequence of events? Was it always... I mean, I've been speaking to you probably about a year or so when you've been saying, you know, it could be this, it could be this. Why now?
We've had a few little dates in the pipeline, as you know, Robbie T. We've been trying to get a date for a while, and we've thought we've had a date for a few times, but why now? It's the right time. Everything happens for a reason. What's written for me is written for me, and now is the time. August 26th. It's going to be worth the wait. Everyone's asking me what was the hold up. There was a few different things, but like I said, it's going to be worth the wait. And August 26th, I'm going to put on a show, inshallah.
Now, I know you've been asked this question a lot in the last week in particular, but your own legacy, where does Aadam Hamed's story go? You're very much your own man. You're very much, both you and Sammy, very much your own men. Where does the journey go for you?
There's only one way, and that's up to the top. We want to be at the top of the game, and I'm not talking for myself, I'm talking for my brothers as well. We want to get to that top level, and we want to do that, carrying each other, supporting each other the whole way. I really think we've all got what it takes, and it's just about graft and training hard. I really believe if you work hard and you want something enough, you can get it. I'm a strong believer in that, and I'm gonna get mine, definitely.
There'll be people who are watching this, fans of boxing, other fighters as well, who will be, for lack of a better term, jealous. Who will see that you, Aadam Hamed, have made your professional debut on the undercard of a massive show in Poland.
Yeah.
On the undercard of a unified heavyweight title fight.
Unbelievable. Sounds better when you say it.
I'll say it again. On the undercard of a unified heavyweight title fight. But there'll be people who are watching it and say, oh, he doesn't deserve it. He's just Naz's son. You're going to get that throughout your whole career. I'm not going to say, does that bother you? But how does that make you feel?
Doesn't bother me at all. Haters are going to hate. I love them as much as the supporters. Genuinely. They're still going to watch. They're still going to tune in. So, yeah, it's a blessing.
How much of you is Aadam Hamed, the boxer, and how much of you is influenced by your dad and his style? And because it was a very unique style. I mean, we've seen it many times, imitated but never quite perfected.
Yeah.
What are we going to see from you? Are we going to see a mini Naseem Hamed, or are we going to see kind of a new age twist on the classic?
I've definitely got my own style. But again, you're going to see definitely similar traits. I'm a southpaw. I like to switch hit as well. But my dad's my dad. My dad's a one-off. No one's done what he's done before him or after him. So right now, just trying to be the best version that I can be. And I think that'll be good enough to get to the top level. I just need to stay grounded, stay confident, stay training hard, have the right people around me, the right support system. And I think there's only one way it can go.
Do you watch a lot of boxing? Are you a boxing fan? Do you watch boxing away from the gym?
I'm obsessed with boxing, you know that. I love boxing.
Who do you like to watch?
I love Jaykae Stevenson, I think he's really good. I love Loma, Devin Haney, my weight especially, I love watching my weight. I love Anoy, I think he's amazing. And also Britain's just killing it at the minute when it comes to boxing. So yeah, we're like in the hub of boxing right now. This, America, we're fortunate enough to have an amazing level of fighters.
One person I wanted to speak to you about has just walked across the back of the shop there, Jaykae.
Yeah.
Jaykae and Spencer McCracken, of course, here at McCracken's gym. What influence has Jaykae been on, well, not necessarily your career, but you as somebody you see every day in the gym? You have a very unique relationship, I think it's fair to say.
Yeah.
And somebody who's involved in the sport with Ibraheem as well.
Nah, he's like an older brother, you know what I mean? He looks after us, he looks after all the fighters in here, but he really takes his time with me and Spider, and he's there as much as the coaches are. It's crazy. So he's honestly like an older brother to me. Amazing person to have in your life. Don't get it twisted. You know, sometimes we argue hard, and sometimes he does my head in, but it's gonna happen. And when it comes to Spencer McCracken, like, people really don't know how much work he puts in. He's in it 2-3 times a day. Whenever I ring him, he's picking up whatever time it is, you know what I mean? This is how I feel, this is what I want to do. And it's more like he's just putting the confidence in me. You know, it's all under his rules, really. And we all oblige by them rules. He's a strict coach, and he's a very good coach. And when it comes to Jaykae is a big support for this gym. And he backs all of us hard, trains, like, literally he's alongside of us training every single day. So yeah, amazing.
Now, the week before you turned pro, you've mentioned his name already, Ibraheem Spider Sulaimaan.
The boy.
Makes his long-awaited professional debut. What are we expecting to see from him on the 19th of August?
Fireworks, man, fireworks. The kid's got everything. I say kid, he's a man, he's a big man. He's got everything in the locker. Inspiring to train around, inspiring to pray around. He's just an all-round character. His whole family are beautiful people. And unbelievable to have around me. Brilliant influence.
Okay, well, I think we're probably about there. Obviously, we are very much at the start of the journey. I'm sure there'll be plenty more of these in the future, of course.
I hope so.
Starting with August the 26th out in Poland. But Aadam Hamed, thank you very much for speaking to Boxing News and having us down to the gym.
I appreciate you, Robbie, too, my brother.
And we look forward to catching up with you soon and being along this, what I'm sure will be a very interesting journey. Thanks
100%. Thank you for having me.